Hi. So there is a little trip coming up that I'm gonna take this lovely car, which is an MR2, to Spain. Yes. Few handling mods. I decided it needs some handling mods. Why not? Power. We can live with that. So this is already fitted. This is Macmillan or Million or whatever. Million, I think it's anti-cancer research or something. Middle chassis brace. Very good, super light. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm actually quite impressed. Really good welding, aluminium, really light. Few holes didn't really line up, but you just make them slightly bigger. I did introduce another two in here just to sort of stiffen it further up to the original brace, just so it's in the middle. Let me show you what else I have installed. And of course, I'm doing it on the quick lift jack. I mean, like I said, super versatile. You can be under the car. Check out the other videos I made about them. So this is a little list collection of parts. So also we're gonna have a front strut brace. I heard that it really does make a difference at the front. Anti-roll bars. These are white line anti-roll bars. Also we're gonna have the front and rear drop links. These are all upgraded parts. We're also gonna fit EBC blue for the front. I found that I actually fitted EBC yellows to the rear, and the fronts are some unknown whatever came with the car. I don't know, maybe some Tesco finest. It's definitely over braking the rear. Has a tendency to lock them up, and yeah, hopefully fitting something a little bit bitey at the front will even this out. Also, one of the shocks on the driver's side is leaking, so J-Spec kindly sent me two new old obviously used shocks. They look absolutely brand spanking new, so we'll fit those. And the exhaust, the original exhaust that I have is literally the original exhaust. Unfortunately, the downpipe, not the downpipe, but the maybe downpipe, the link pipe with the catalytic converter is an aftermarket one. So the flange didn't never line up, and it's just always blowing air, and it's just so heavy, and the sound whatever. So I bought this race exhaust from Malian, not Macmillan, Malian. This is a race exhaust that is supposedly is legal for road for the track, because you will pass the noise test limits. I heard it on some videos and it sounds really nice and crisp. It's super light, stainless steel. Really like the quality how it's made. I mean, obviously it's all TIG and stuff like that, so it's not your usual something. Also this trim panels, again from J-Spec. Those lower kick plate things, you know, where the leg goes, it's exposed at the moment. So yeah, really nice selection of handling mods. Some people asking me why you're not going for coilovers. I haven't been expensive, really expensive. I am looking for somebody who's willing to give us a really nice deal, maybe sponsor the car, I don't know, BC Racing, or my friends at Tigiva maybe with Yellow Speeds. I don't know. Honestly, at this stage, I'm happy with the standard ones. Jokes aside, you know, all this sponsorship, of course, if you want to provide whatever. But yeah, we just it's good on standard suspension. It has lowering springs, so I'm happy with that. When we finally build ladder out of it, then yeah, we will decide what we want to do. Yeah, let's get cracking. Let's open the boot and remove the shocks. So I took off the shock absorber. Just wanted to show you the reason why I'm even doing it. Yes, it's wet, and this is not WD-40 or anything like that. So what I wanted to show you, I think it's even lowers. Anyways, yeah, it's completely shagged. Why? You were probably like, hey, it's nice and smooth in. Well, this is the replacement. It's used, but it's really good use. So that requires a lot of force to do that. It goes down really slowly, and once you release, it goes back up. That's the whole point of a shock absorber. It absorbs the shock. There's pressure and oil goes through the inner valves and stuff. So this is proper trash. I'm actually even surprised it handled as well as it did. Probably just down to the lowering springs, because they are obviously slightly harder. Crazy. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to replace both. May as well replace both because the other one is just as rusty. So, and keep the other one as a spare because it's not leaking. So the old anti-roll bar is out, and of course one of the nuts completely got corroded and stuck, so I had to cut it off. Anyways, the thing is out. The new one goes in. I'm not sure which hole I'm gonna use, soft or lighter, probably just harder at the front. Also, don't forget the lubricant. Everyone, well, many people forget the lubricant. It's very important, especially for those polyurethane bushes. It needs to slide, it doesn't go on dry. Let's fit this. That's it. Single nut at the bottom, single nut there, new end links, anti-roll bar, all fitted. I've used the hardest setting, the inner hole. I don't know why, just because. And the strut brace is fitted, everything is tight. I might go check it one more time after I film you. So the front is pretty much done except for the brake pads. Blue EBS goes in here. That's very trivial. I'm not even gonna film and show you how it's done. Open the calipers, slot them in and whatnot. Actually, you know what? When I do all of those things, would you like to know how I do it? Because obviously it's not going to be the professional way because I'm not really a mechanic. As a little tutorials like, oh, this is how you change the brake pads, this is how you do this and that. Leave me a comment, let me know. If you want to know, you know, next time I film, I'll go into a little bit more detail about it. This is more of a vlog, just what is happening. And the rear anti-roll bar and exhaust, the drop links, and that's it. Time for the exhaust. In all honesty, this is probably the most exciting for me, really, because obviously suspension is good, you can feel it handles better, blah blah blah, but this you can actually hear it. So okay, let's put this down. As you can see, this unit is massive, made by Toyota. And here, the flange, you see what I mean? I could never possibly seal it properly because this has been cut, this isn't that, so I would like introduce really large washers, and I was trying my best to seal it, but it never really worked. So we're gonna remove it and put this in place. It was always really awkward to even put it inside because you have all sorts of brackets. Yeah, this is a unit. It weighs absolute ton. Wow, this is at least half the weight, which is great because removing weight from the rear is what you need on this car, because obviously rear engine, well actually it's mid-engine. Is it mid-engine or rear engine? Interesting. To be honest with you, before fitting the exhaust, I decided that anti-roll bar is going to be easier because I'll have more access, I think. White line anti-roll bar, the brackets already with the rubber that comes with it. Obviously this, I told you, the lubricant. End links, they're from a different company, and they are fully adjustable. So I'm not 100% sure what's the point or what effect it's gonna making them shorter or longer, because the original one, as you can see, this is the original one, this is this one. I made it a bit shorter just to make sure there is enough thread in it, but it is shorter, so I'm not sure what's it gonna do. So in the comments, if you will, go and let me know what the length of a link would do, because I don't really understand. It shouldn't really do much, should it? Because it just basically means that the overall, as long as they're equal distance, overall anti-roll bar is just going to be in a different angle, but because it rotates on those joints, I don't think it would make a difference. Anyways, let me know. So those are assembled, and this one is assembled. Let's put it in the car. Also, they are angled like that, so I'm not sure whether they need to go outwards or inwards. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so this is over the top. Let's have a look. Well, it's quite apparent which way this should go. As you can see, it's like that. They need to be outwards towards the wheels, so like this, because the shock absorber, the bracket on itself, is angled. So if you put it the other way, it's basically they're facing the wrong way. Yep, I didn't know that. Now I do. You know what I just thought when I asked you what would be the impact of different length? I reckon it's possible to almost mimic the corner weighting, because you can set the preload, because obviously the bar links each shock to one another. You could make one longer and one shorter, so the shorter one will have more tension on it, because the car should sit at the same level weight wise, but because of this, it will torsion it either this way or this way, this way or this way. I really need to read up on this, because if that's the case, that could be really, really interesting, because obviously me sitting at that side, but then the engine is at that side. Oh yes, so obviously the whole side is more weighty on the drivers. I think I'm over analyzing it, but it would be cool if this is the case, because then I can, obviously it will be difficult to measure. Oh, I could put it on the scales, but yeah, transfer weight towards this. Anyways, nice and sexy. This one is almost secure. Put another one on the other side and we're almost done. This is what I was talking about. You see how if I do it, it changes the preload of the anti-roll bar. So I'm really not sure where to set it. I guess I just need to test it. And the exhaust is fitted. I mean, to be fair, 2 hangers, 2 bolts. Nothing really to it, because we're not changing anything else. It's a little bit wonky. I'm not 100% sure why. It could be because of the downpipe. It could be because of the hangers. In all honesty, I don't care, because obviously you don't really see it behind the bumper. The end bit is adjustable, so it would be absolutely fine. Maybe it's designed to be like this. Yeah, it's not really wonky, it's fine. So, bumper back on, this thing back on, and I cannot wait to hear it. Yeah. Well, and last but not least on the list of upgrades today is the Barbarian wheel spacers. I feel like maybe on stock wheels it looks okay, but I'm using whatever I have, and I think the offset, they're basically too much inward. There's too much of an arch gap. So 20 mil I reckon would space the rear out slightly and would look nice. If it looks really, really good, maybe we'll try it on the fronts. Anyways, feed those, put the wheels on, lower the quick lifts and set it up. Cannot wait. Well, it's done. Only one thing left to do is here, this. First time, honestly. You know what? I think that sounds really, really good. I am very happy. All right, let's go for a test ride. I really want to hear how this exhaust sounds. very happy. You guys heard it. It's so nice. It's raspy. It's not too loud. Maybe it will be too loud when you're on the motorway and doing motorway speeds, you know, in 5th gear. It might get into your head, but this was so much fun. Just a little bit of open road and just open the taps, and it just sounds so good, like just night and day to what it was before. I'm not affiliated with Malian, that exhaust that I fitted, but honestly, spot on. I really like it, really recommend. And what the hell, I bought it from Cage something with a K. Just Google it, Caged UK or something like that. Yeah, they have all the Barbarian bits and pieces and stuff like that. Guys, I'm gonna finish this episode here. Hope you like what I do with the MR2 or anything else. Leave me a comment, let me know if you want to see anything more specific, maybe something to do with interior, maybe cleaning it, for God's sake. But yeah, love this car. It's definitely with me to stay. And I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Bye bye.